3, 2, 1.
What's going on, guys? It's Ethan, and we are back with another episode of Triangle Talk. Triangle Talk is the podcast about entrepreneurship and becoming the best version of yourself. We are back at it here with
Cory Infinite, aka Infinite Pieces.
And Seth McGrew. Today, folks, we are talking about the flow state. This idea was not originally brought to you by us, the trio. It was actually brought to you by one of the viewers, one of the listeners. The Financial Alchemist is what he calls himself on Instagram. His @ is Trading with Solo. If you're listening, my man, we appreciate your idea. If anybody else has any further ideas, send them our way. We'd love to hear them. If you're listening on YouTube, frickin' subscribe already.
Yes.
Trying to gain that subscription volume up. Also, check out our TikTok and Instagram. Just look up Triangle Talk. You'll find it. Flow state, guys. For those of you who don't know what flow state it is being in the zone. It is being energized and focused on whatever task you have at hand. It's that state to where you can't hear the noise. Somebody's talking to you, you don't fucking hear them because you're in the flow. What are you guys' thoughts on flow state?
I get kind of locked into a flow when I'm like making my pieces, I'd say. Like whenever I kind of start on like a project, I'll kind of get locked into it. I'll have breaks and stuff. Like I'll check my phone every once in a while, but like for the most part, I'm pretty locked in, and like I'll skip like eating to like finish a project. Like I don't care. Like once just like a meal, like a lunch or something. Like
Dude starts at like 10 a.m. and then he gets done at like 9 p.m.
no, that's
what
never
happened.
Just grinding all day. No.
lost track of time.
That happens, but not that extreme. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of get in a flow state whenever I create my clothing, I'd say.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Hello, but like I feel like I'm not. Actually, like I am in a flow state, but not as good like as I could be. Like, oh god, I don't know. Like I just catch myself getting on my phone, like when I'm cold calling and I'm on my phone. Like it's so easy to just.
The phone is like the virus for flow. It's like
it's so easy to just interrupt what you're doing.
Think about me. I have to post content for people's social medias.
Yeah.
I'm literally on social media.
Yeah.
Like
that is hard.
It's hard to like actually do the task at hand.
Yeah.
I need to be posting, not consuming.
Yeah.
It's so difficult.
Do you catch yourself a lot of the times just like slowly, just like.
Literally yesterday, I went to go post a TikTok for like a potential client, and then I somehow got on the For You page because that's where it like sends you first on TikTok. And like the video started, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And then I swiped, not even thinking about it, and I was like, "Oh, I probably got like 15 videos deep," and I was like, "Hold up."
That's crazy.
And then I posted.
It's dangerous.
Oh, it's so dangerous.
It's really dangerous.
But I think. I have the ability to get in the flow state, and I think everybody, if you're listening or viewing, you have the ability to get in the flow state as well. I think it's all about, focusing on getting into the flow state, not just hoping that it'll happen. I think it takes a conscious effort.
I got one thing to say, just real quick, kind of off topic, but I feel like TikTok is like it's kind of like damaging flow state. As a whole in like our generation, maybe. I don't know. I feel like that app is low key doing something to our generation that's just like not gonna be good in like 20 years.
It's literally
from now.
Our attention span.
You know? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. This app is like hurting us probably right now, but I don't know.
It's so easy to consume. People love it.
I know, and it learns you to a fucking pinpoint. The more you engage on what you like, that shit's scary. I feel like it's gonna, I don't know.
Take over the world.
Honestly.
It adapts with what you like as well.
Yeah, bro.
Because like you may like one thing for a little bit and like you get over that like trend or what you think is funny. Something new is funny. It adapts and shows you what's new.
Yeah, bro.
It's insane.
It is. I've just been thinking about that recently. It's just like, I don't know if this thing's gonna be like good for us in the long run.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
You could say that with all social media, though.
Yeah.
Right, like
yeah.
we have Reels
true.
on Instagram, Snapchat
but it's
stories.
Just,
now we have YouTube Shorts, which is essentially the same thing as Snapchat stories.
Yeah, I know. It's just like,
you haven't seen that.
But TikTok stands apart from all social media in that aspect, in my opinion. Like, it's just
of just crack.
Yeah, of just like addiction. Like you could literally just be. It's an addiction to like swipe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an actual addiction, I think. But
it's kind of like gambling. Like almost like you're like, oh, like what's the next video gonna be?
Yeah.
Like type shit, like a slot machine.
It's just like what
way to put it.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
You literally pull down to refresh the page like you do a slot machine.
Yeah.
Pull down, release, boom, new stuff.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
YouTube Shorts. I watched like a TikTok about it saying like YouTube Shorts is brand new. If you're not on it, get on it and create content.
I've never even heard of that.
Because they were saying like there's not a lot of people using YouTube Shorts, so if you create content, it's so likely that people will have eyeballs on you. But I feel like that time has passed now. It's been like a few weeks since I saw that.
I haven't heard anything about that. Huh.
So it could be a good thing.
Yeah.
But back to flow state.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're perfect. I would say that everybody has the ability, but I would say flow state is not a consistent thing. You're not constantly grinding, completely focused. It's easy to get distracted. Do you guys get distracted throughout the day?
Of course.
Every day.
Yeah. I mean, precisely. It's every single human being is going to get distracted regardless of what you're doing. We're all guilty of it. If you're not guilty of it, damn, let us know. You're a stud.
Yeah, for real.
I'll give you a gold star or something like that. I'm not sure. But I believe that flow state takes you past the point of distraction. Where like not a damn thing can touch you.
I agree.
Can you imagine how productive we would all be if we were all in the flow state at least once a day? Where like nothing can touch you.
Are you not in the flow state like at least once a day, do you not think? Like how often are you in the flow state?
I would say quite a few times a week. Sometimes multiple times in a day.
Yeah.
But once a day? No. Like there are some days when I'm not.
I feel like I'm probably am like once a day just because I create like one piece of clothing a day.
Yeah.
I'd say.
And you're like completely focused on this clothing while you're doing it.
That's probably my situation, I think. Yeah.
I'd say like the stuff that I'm doing right now, like at the law firm, I'm getting tasks done. You know what I mean? Like I'm calling different people as a task. So it's hard to get into a flow state, except if you were to look at getting all the tasks done as one big entity. I mean, today I guess I got in the flow state because I called like 25 people in a row without like taking any breaks, and nobody called us, thank God. So like I was just flowing because like hang up, take the note, pick it up, dial. You know what I mean? Just like constantly
grinding
going.
it.
Yeah.
Flow it out.
But it's like at night when I'm like answering emails to people, like as you guys just saw, it's not like a completely focused thing. It's like I'm doing it, talking. I'll look at my phone if I get a notification, and I get it done.
Yeah, so I feel like flow is kind of like situational in a way because, like, I don't know, like that's flow in the like what you were doing just then, emailing. Like that's kind of like flow in the micro. Yeah. Because like it's not like a big project you're working on. It's just like you're focusing on that email.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of focus.
Yeah. So I feel like that it can be kind of like chopped up into like big like tasks kind of.
Yeah. So like flow can be like small segments.
Yeah.
Or long segments of time.
Yeah.
It can be either.
Yeah.
It's extreme focus with no distractions. I like that.
How do you get into the flow state, would you say? Like you mentioned it was a conscious effort, but like...
Yeah. So I think that... Okay, so procrastination. Are you guys procrastinators?
With certain things, yes.
Yes, I would say. I feel like...
With a lot of things, yes.
Yeah, it just happens throughout the day. Like, I feel like just, like... Hardest part of the day for me is just, like, waking up and getting going for me. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, once I'm going, I'm fucking going.
Have you been getting up at, like, 9?
I've been getting up at, like, 9:30 consistently so far.
That's good.
But, like, bro, like, I want to wake up even earlier. Like, if I could get 7:30, I feel like I could just get so much more done.
Literally.
Like, I feel like that would just save me so much more time. Like, I could work out and eat and read in that whole, like, 2-hour slot. You know what I'm saying? Compared to pushing it back, like, and Actually, like starting work at 11. You know what I'm saying?
Can I tell you something?
So,
You're not gonna miss the sleep.
What do you mean?
Like in the long run, what are you going to
Yeah.
miss? Sleep that you didn't even realize you were getting because you're not conscious when you're sleeping. You don't realize that you're receiving that. Or are you going to miss the ability to further yourself?
Yeah. It's a good way to look at
Like
it.
you're not gonna miss that sleep. It goes. I mean, we sleep
Exactly.
a third of
You
our
wake up.
lives.
Yeah, exactly. Like you
Yeah.
wake up and it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
That's
like you may
weird,
feel
yeah.
good and energized, but like you can wake up, be like, fuck this. Like this is how I wake up in the morning.
Fuck this. What's in the mirror? I hate myself. You said that once.
No, I stopped. No bad self-talk anymore.
Good.
I stopped.
Good.
Okay.
I really have been doing well in that. So
Good.
like I wake up and I'm just like and I have to
Yeah.
like get up out of bed, so I'm like getting up, eyes are like half closed. And then I'm
Do
like
you ever drink caffeine in the morning?
no. Just water. Just water until
Do you
12.
ever drink caffeine?
Yeah, I love soda.
Tea.
Okay.
I remember
Yeah,
I
tea.
asked you about
I love
that,
tea
yeah.
and soda.
So
So, like-
I feel like, have you ever tried drinking caffeine in the morning?
I used to get like coffee and stuff like that. Not like coffee, like French vanilla cappuccinos, like
Yeah.
sugary stuff. I don't like coffee.
I love
And I mean,
caffeine.
it gave me like energy, but I like not eating anything until 12.
Oh yeah, I forget. Yeah.
Yeah, makes me
Oh.
feel like a hungry lion. But so I wake up
For that fruit and that skinny pop.
Yeah, for that fruit
Yeah.
skinny pop at lunch. So I wake up, I turn off the alarm, and then I don't know why. I'm so OCD. Yeah, it's weird. I literally just look out my window then. Like I peek open the blind and I look out my window.
It's so
Wait, what
strange.
time do you look
Why?
at the window? Precisely.
How long?
No, what time do you look out the window? Like
6
what time is
a.m.
it?
At 6:02.
I'm trying to be at your house at 6:02 one day. Just stand there.
You're standing there with the street looking
Yeah,
up.
waiting for you to peek.
I literally do every morning. I don't know why. I think I started doing it like one winter to like wake up and see if it had snowed.
Oh
And then
yeah.
I just like kept doing it. It's weird.
Hmm.
So I do that, and then like I'm just like walking around like a dead person. But then I've say 15 minutes after I wake up, I'm perfect. And so for those 15 minutes, you're like, this is hell. I hate this. But then after that, you're done, and you're appreciative that you're awake at that time. Man,
Yeah.
I got off topic right there for.
No, that definitely helped me a lot. Like right
Yeah,
there,
I feel like
definitely
that
needed to
helps
do
some
that.
listeners
It's
too.
like-
Yeah.
If you're wanting to wake up early and you think it's gonna suck, it'll suck for 15 minutes. Once
Yeah.
you're
What's
up,
15 minutes?
Yeah, what the fuck's 15 minutes? That's not even an episode of anything.
Mhm.
Like, that's not a TV show.
Mhm.
15 minutes is nothing. So you wake up, for 15 minutes it's gonna suck. Maybe even less if you move more.
Yeah.
Then after that, you're perfect. A little 15 minutes of suffering, like, it's how tough are you?
Yeah.
15 minutes of suffering to enjoy another hour and a half or two of your day.
Mm-hmm.
Which would give you enough time to get into the flow state.
And work on yourself and become the best version.
But,
Yes.
as I said, I think it's a conscious effort to get into the flow state.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that you have to really focus on what you're doing. You can't be lackadaisical. You have to think about it. You're like, don't get on your phone right now. Toss your phone. Like, so leave your phone in the other room. Work on whatever you're doing right now and completely and utterly focus. If you feel yourself getting off task, no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Like, I feel like you have to focus on being focused.
Yeah, for real. I agree.
It sounds so silly.
It does, but
Focus
it's
on
true.
being focused.
It's true.
And I feel like if you do that, like, I don't know, it's like when you're grinding on a project or a piece, the time flies. You don't realize how long you're working on it.
Yes,
because you're
bro.
focused.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about that the other day when I made like this pair of jeans from scratch, kind of, and like I've never done it,
Uh-huh.
so I was kind of locked into doing it because it was just something I've never done, and I like doing things that I don't like usually do.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I was just in that flow state, and like I would look at the clock or my phone and be like an hour later every time I'd look at it. It just didn't feel like that.
Yeah, you were like, what the hell happened to it?
Yeah.
I get that. I feel like also in the flow state, like everything naturally happens. Like you're not thinking about what you're doing. Like if you're flowing with calls, you're not thinking about like clicking on the next call or clicking the next dial or
I
whatever.
don't even have to with the dialer, bro.
Bro, that's so nice.
I
It
feel
just moves
like-
down.
Yeah.
Flowing could also be like short-term manifestations. Does that make
Talk
sense?
about that. No, make it make sense though.
I feel like you're kind of like starting if you're starting something, like you start to get into the flow. Whatever you're flowing on isn't complete yet until you flow all the way through it and get it done. So like the flow is kind of like the manifestation of like whatever you're working on. To be like to what, I don't know, I can't even word it right.
I get it.
You
You're
get
manifesting the long-term thing that you're trying to get done by focusing on it and working on it.
Yeah.
I like that. It's like focus now, you'll get there eventually, and because you're in the flow state, you won't notice. Like you won't notice that the time is passing or that you're getting closer to it. You'll just notice that, hey, I got there.
Yeah.
Flow state.
Flow. Bro,
in all honesty, I think of jazz music when we've been talking about this.
Really?
Like, just because, like, flow.
Yeah. It's flowing.
I'm a big jazz guy.
I want to get into jazz.
Dude, do you want me to send you my jazz playlist?
Sure.
Do you listen to Apple
Actually,
Music?
please do.
You listen
I
to
have
Apple Music?
Spotify.
I'll send them to you. You can look up the songs.
Please do.
I'm a big jazz connoisseur. Take 5.
How did you get into jazz?
I think it started as a joke. Me with like my buddy Jack Warner, like him and I, were like playing these songs or like "Fly Me to the Moon." We were like singing it.
That's a good song.
Yeah, like we were singing it as like a joke at first, and then I slowly started like it, and
That's
then
funny.
I now like it a lot.
It's cool.
Or like coffee house jazz. I used to listen to that while I was doing homework.
Really?
Yeah, I need like some background noise.
I need to throw that on like one day while I'm making a piece or something.
You'd be like,
cool.
That'd be funny. No, coffee house jazz, I like a lot. But how often do you guys think you get into the flow state? So I said I feel like it's multiple times a week, but not every day really. Unless it's like that short-term flow that we talked about. Let's just focus on long-term flow state.
Long-term flow state, like, would be how long? Like,
like how long?
Span of weeks,
Like
months?
an hour or so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'd probably say like one time every day, probably anywhere from like 2 hours to like 6, 7. I don't know.
Damn, that's a lot. I feel like.
That's like that's the high end.
Right.
Like it's not usual.
Right.
But I don't know.
Holy shit! For me, I feel like
Just
it's
because creating pieces kind of takes a while sometimes, but yeah.
I get that.
I don't know.
Probably several times a week for me. Like, I feel like I was in a flow state today when I was just driving for dollars and looking for rundown houses. I just put on a podcast and it just goes by.
Were you
Like,
listening
very
to
quickly.
Triangle Talk podcast?
No, I was not. I was listening to Joe Rogan with Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, that's much. I wouldn't say it's much better than Triangle Talk. Triangle Talk is pretty sick.
Triangle Talk is pretty sick. Like, Joe Rogan is just like nothing.
I would say Joe Rogan's an icon.
Yeah.
Like that man, especially
sure.
recently, like everybody's listening to him.
Yeah.
Joe's a goat.
He really is. I saw this one video of him, and it was like a TikTok, and it was like, I didn't realize Joe Rogan was so short. And it was like pictures of him posing with people.
Is he really short?
I don't know, because some of the pictures were like edited to make him look short, but then other ones like looked legit. So I was really questioning it, but regardless, it was funny.
Someone look up this man's height.
It was so funny to see like buffed up Joe Rogan standing next to like guys, and he's like 2 heads shorter than him.
That would be funny.
He is really good at what he does. He is so good at talking to people.
For sure.
And like interviewing people, like just asking great questions.
For sure.
He's excellent at that.
He's 5'7".
Holy shit! I'm a whole head taller than Joe Rogan.
I can't say that I'm much taller than him because I'm only like 5'11".
But still,
Yeah, but still,
that's all.
4 inches taller than him.
Yeah.
That's funny.
5'7".
Dude, Joe
is
can
short
kick my
for me.
ass though. Joe Rogan can whoop me. I don't care what I say.
Yeah.
He can whoop me up. That is kind of comical that he's that short though.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Fun fact about Joe.
For real.
Hey, but now let's talk about Triangle Talk. Enough plugs.
Back to the
for
flow.
other
We
people.
weren't in the flow right there. We were getting
weren't.
off the flow.
Hella both.
We were out of the flow.
That's a thought. Like even on this podcast, we get out of like.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like a complete flow state because I think we're just having a conversation,
Yeah.
having fun. Like
Hella.
although it's productive at times, like very productive. But I think like we get away from like
The topic.
The
the flow.
The actual topic. But I
Yeah.
feel like we should sometimes. I feel like it adds
Yeah.
kind of like our character into
I
it.
agree.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
do agree.
I concur.
Concur.
Yes.
But I'm trying to think what else I get in the flow state. Oh god, like it's really easy when I'm mowing yards as well to get in the flow state. That's really what I do, man. Like I just listen to music and podcasts, and I feel like that's the easiest way for me to get into the flow state.
Oh yeah, I agree. I do be throwing on podcasts and music while I'm working. That helps.
Right.
It's just like nice to have that like extra like noise to kind of consume while you're doing whatever you're doing. It helps.
Hella, bro, like I'll just throw on like an album while I'm mowing a yard or something.
Throw on Triangle Talk.
Yeah, if you're mowing your lawn, listen, hey, there could be a talk.
Yeah.
There could be a TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's actually a sick idea. Like, give reasons or like give times to listen to Triangle Talk.
That
Like,
is a
what's
good
20
idea.
minutes? Like a drive.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. We'll work on that after this.
We will.
Hella.
Work on that.
That's sick. Check us out on TikTok. Sorry, we're just plugging up this whole podcast. But you mentioned something and it made me think. You said, how long? You said weeks, months? What do you guys think about, like...
That's what I was thinking. Like,
You can get in flow states where I feel like you have a period of several months where you just hustle.
Yeah, but like...
You know what I'm saying?
No,
But I feel
I
like it's
agree.
not like consistent, but it's like...
No, I agree.
I think it's like consistent, progressive flow in the sense that you're day in, day out working on this specific goal.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you look back at it after, you know what I'm saying, it's like you were consistent. Like even though there was times you may have like slipped up and looked at your phone and things like that.
Yeah.
Obviously that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But like looking back, like you were the most productive during that time.
Yeah, like consistently working on the ultimate goal in the long-term run. Or like in the long term.
Yeah.
I think that would be maybe a type or a strand of flow state.
Like,
Because I think like flow state's like an actual psychological thing. I think there's an actual definition.
maybe just call it like long-term focused.
Yeah.
Or long-term.
Whatever it is,
I don't
you
know.
know that you can get there. How do you guys think you can get that long-term focus? Like that long-term flow state?
Just being consistent, working hard every day, and
Yeah.
just consistency for real. Like, I don't know. Always pushing out work and content. If you're trying to start a business or something, you know, just keep working, I guess.
Yeah, right on. Just
Hustle.
try to get like in the short-term flow state every day, and I feel like eventually that'll manifest into the long-term. I mean, obviously it will if you're consistent about your work every day.
Yeah.
I like the thought of bust your ass every day. Just like regardless of what you're doing, bust your ass. And then also have an extreme goal that you're going after and always think about that goal. The goal I'm currently thinking about is I'm going to make social growth self-sufficient. Whatever I do, whatever steps I take to grow that business, that's the ultimate goal. That's going to keep me focused on growing it. And like keep me in that flow state of it. So I think that's good.
Yeah. I agree.
You guys got any last thoughts on flow state?
No.
Yeah.
I'm proud of what I
Corey's proud
said.
of what he said.
I'm
simply
proud.
put.
I'm proud.
You look like you had a smirk thought come to your head. You smiled.
No, I didn't. I swear I didn't. I don't know. I was trying to think of something, but it just didn't come to me, so I'm proud.
I'm proud of what I said as well.
Alright.
I don't have anything to add.
Beautiful. Folks, today we talked about flow states. The idea was brought to you by the Financial Alchemist. If you're listening, thank you again, my friend. We appreciate you and your idea. Flow state is, by our definition, being in the zone, being ultra energized and focused. We think that it's a conscious thought that you need to take to be in the flow state. You need to think, I need to put my phone down. I need to get this done and I need to stay focused. I need to go beyond distractions to where I'm at the point where I can work, people can talk around me, and I won't hear it. We also talked a little bit about short-term flow state, day in, day out, for short periods of time, longer-term flow state, and ultra long-term flow state in the span of weeks or months. All are things that you really need to have a goal in mind to keep you focused and keep you in that flow state. So find your goal, think about your focus, and get in that flow state day in, day out. Keep grinding, folks. We will catch you next time on another episode of Triangle Talk.
Doses.